Good morning, everyone. It's Dinna Eckstein, and we are starting another wonderful episode of the Designing One podcast. We're continuing our series with our panel of realtor guests, and we have Jaycie and Erin and Jenny Doyle. Welcome back again. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. We're continuing on, so we touched bases on the market and a little bit on staging, especially with curb appeal. What I would like to talk about is actually, and we talked a little bit about big kitchens, but I want to talk about bathrooms in a minute. Multi-generational homes. Okay, people are downsizing, and empty nesters are downsizing, going into new properties, and then there's others who are looking for multi-generational homes so that everyone can be there. The parents are coming back in, or they never left, etc. And then the children are there. Are you seeing a lot of this or in this area, multi-generational homes, or are people just the hub, the main hub family, and then with guest rooms?
For our clients, the people that want it prefer some sort of detached space from the main part of the home. So maybe a detached garage apartment or a guest home behind the house. I'm not sure that we're seeing a ton where everybody's under one roof. But if they are, there certainly are, there is a need for that, but they would like that space to be separate from the main home.
Okay.
And with our clients right now.
I see guest accommodations as a big factor, not necessarily living in. It's more like, oh, when my parents come to visit, we need one level, they don't want stairs, or if they have their own kitchenette area, that's a big plus.
Yep.
Jenny?
I see a lot of multi-generational, like just a single mom or a single dad living with the person, or like an equestrian, a caretaker house. And that translates a lot to helping a parent also for resale. A lot of moms and dad in a guest house. So wanting like a little second house somewhere, I think has been big. And then we jokingly call it the regenerational, is when your kids come back from college.
Yes,
Yeah, with you, and they need their little apartment or down the
That's right.
So we see a lot of that. Yes.
Regenerational.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that phrase, but yes, I'm so using that. So what about because when the elderly or when they're empty nesters, do they get two-story homes, or are they now looking for more ranch styles, or accessibility? I know the houses back here, they have elevators and things of that sort. How are what's going on with that? Are they revising, renovating to make it more accessible? And new builds, are they already doing that?
I think if the home is more than one level, most of the builders are putting in space for an elevator, or a lot of them are. They may not have the elevator, but it can accommodate an elevator at a later stage. Most of my clients that are downsizing want a ranch, and if they can't get a ranch, at the very minimum, it needs to be the primary bedroom needs to be on the main level, and maybe another bedroom on the main level. But most of them want ranches.
Are there a lot of ranches in the North Fulton area?
There are not.
We're just talking about that.
And the reason for that, from what I understand, is it's the larger footprint is more expensive to build.
Yes.
And so there just are not a lot of them.
Since there aren't a lot of them, are there a lot of empty nesters and people moving into our area?
There are. I feel like because everybody has moved, we've seen in our area a lot of people getting out of metro Atlanta,
Right,
and coming
yes.
up here. So a lot of young families. And then what happened, that was the first year of the COVID rush. The second year of the COVID rush, we saw a lot of master on main, on-grade pools sell for higher amounts. The price a little bit higher because they were coming to be near grandkids. So we had a lot of people selling houses and, huge estates in other states and moving here to be near their kids that moved to this area. So that was a big push. And
Yeah.
now I'm not seeing as much of that. More the downsizers that are now looking at the economy, like we talked about, the economy is changing, right? Inflation, portfolios, all that, and they may have second homes. Two of our listings, the people are moving to their second home. So one in Florida, one in Swan Lake. And Montana, and they're selling these giant houses here because they know they want to end up there, and the market's changing, so we might as well
Do it now.
do it now before who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So the crabapple market area, as well as some places like Roswell and things of that sort, is a very work, live, play type of community where are you, and I know a lot of empty nesters like that because they can walk and, you know, they can go to the restaurants easily and grocery stores. Are they more popular for the empty nesters? Am I wrong, or is it more still subdivisions and things,
I see the
community
family-
golf places and things of that sort?
the families really want to be here. They want to be close to the schools. They want their kids to be able to meet at shops and restaurants and in the green space. Families really want the walkability too.
Okay, it's not just the empty nesters.
The empty
Right.
nesters tend to go Alpharetta, so downtown Alpharetta versus here's the
Yeah.
little golf carts and family stores, and our ratio to food to alcohol is set here to keep it
Right.
at a different level. Where downtown Alpharetta, you have all
You can drink all you want.
Right.
and yeah, all that.
Now, with the, I want to know about the flooring. So a lot of people who are getting ready to sell or buying homes, they're walking into these big places and it's gorgeous homes. But they still have like the orangey stain with the high gloss varnish, which we all know is not acceptable anymore.
Mhm.
Whose responsibility is that? Is it going to be would you ask the homeowner to change it so we can sell, or, because I know it's really something. People know that it costs a lot of money. So as soon as they see it, it's kind of, for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna pay $10,000 to have this resanded. What happens to the money there? Is that a real big drawback, do you find?
Are different in what they like. So some people want a California white oak
Right,
contemporary sheer, and then other people want the warms now because
Mhm.
that's coming back. So I think for us, we put down big giant neutral rugs with staging. Unless there's dog scratches everywhere, then
Yeah.
obviously you'd have them. But I
Yeah.
think
I mean, it's the
different.
cost, but it's extremely inconvenient to refinish floors if
Mhm.
somebody's still living in the house, because you have to get all the furniture out and it takes multiple days. And I don't get a lot of pushback from buyers to sand down the floors and refinish them. I mean, I think they're, now if it's all tile or something and you've got to take up all the tile and change it, then that's a different story. But I think refinishing floors is not something that scares people off necessarily. But you can make them look a lot better with rugs and.
Of course, yes, that I get, but is the high gloss coming back too? Because I know, like you said, the warm.
No.
Hot gloss isn't coming back, and I think people don't also think about when you redo the floor, you're redoing the stairs and the
Right.
railings, and it can get really
Yeah.
pricey.
And a lot of flooring companies do not do stairs, especially the
Yeah.
banisters. They may do the stairs,
Yeah.
the treads, but then they're like, wait, what? And then you get stuck, who's gonna do the orange and we see the banister.
Yeah.
What about real wood versus LVP, especially in markets that are $1 million and up,
Mhm.
and you have 4,000 square feet just on the lower level? Or is it okay to put LVP now in there when you have, we have horses coming in and out of, literally, I know that we have dogs and pigs and things of that sort that go through a lot of our houses, and people are laughing, but it's true. We have a very animal loved community.
Mhm.
We have a very, and my demographic here are families, very busy families with very busy children who have, hockey sticks, lacrosse sticks,
Mhm.
everything being dumped on the floor and things of that sort. How do you feel about LVP on the main level?
I don't like it.
I think it's big now.
I think it's a big no too on the main level. Basement's great, fine.
Yeah.
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 Erin?
I think you have to know this is not the choice for resale. If this is what you personally want in your home, and if
Mhm.
you feel good, and if that is what makes your little heart sing, then
Yes.
fine, it's your home, but this is not the choice that will
For
help you with
resale.
resale.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's still the real wood.
It's
Again?
real wood,
Yeah.
or it's either the site finish, like you're saying,
Yeah.
real wood, or it's the pre-engineered.
Yeah.
Kind of the baked in, which is more durable for
Mhm.
kids and dogs. And then in the basement, it's still no LVP. I think you do that tile that looks like hardwood,
Yep.
and you pay more for that.
Now,
Yeah.
do you like the tile that looks like hardwood on the main level?
No.
No.
Just
Okay.
baked.
And never next to the real wood.
No.
Well, and that's another thing. What if they do? I've been to homes where there's like 3 or 4 different kinds of flooring in the main level.
Mhm.
And I'm not talking about like the closed doors, because I think that if you have a guest room in the main level, you can close the door, and I'm perfectly okay seeing, because there's a
Mhm.
threshold, right?
Mhm.
But what about from going in from the dining room into the kitchen and great room area, and the dining room was dark mahogany, and now they have the lighter wood? Is there a pushback on that?
I think so. I think buyers want consistency and just everything to be consistent and neutral. That's been my experience.
Yes, and having consistent flooring, it feels calm.
Mm-hmm.
It feels more expansive, it feels calm, there's less contrast, so there's an emotional pull there that you don't really realize.
And I'm going to, we're running out of time, ladies, because, but just really quickly, what are your thoughts about big bathrooms and closets, and how many bathrooms?
Mm-hmm.
Especially the owner suite. How do they still want an extremely large, a lot of times a walk-in, but it's not used functionally and properly. What is the newest things? I know seamless glass. Is there anything other kind of luxury that is no longer considered luxury, but part of mainstream homes? Bathrooms and closets.
Even the vanities higher. There was
Yeah.
a Trend in that
Yes.
06, 07 of the lower vanities, so there's a lot of
Mhm.
ripping out based on height. There's one and then
Yeah, I mean, double vanities, obviously separate vanities, his and hers closets, people seem to love.
his and her toilet.
His and
that's
hers
another one.
toilets is a
Mhm.
new thing we're seeing a lot. Soaking tubs versus big jetted tubs, those are gone. So now it's just soaking tubs, showers, oversized showers.
What about the way tile is set? Are you finding that there's still a lot of, things that are, how should I say this? With tile, is there a preference in tile in bathrooms and on the walls of the showers, things of that sort? Are you seeing a change? Because during the fixer upper times, there was like a lot of encaustic tile coming in, and now the 4x4 tiles are back in that we were trying to get rid of in the 70s. They're back, but they're different looking. They're a little bit more wavy. They have a little bit of a handcrafted feel to it. Are you seeing a trend of what's in? Is there something that is
I think just neutral.
Neutral.
still subway tiles? Are we still pretty much?
Yes, but not dark grout. I think there was a trend when there was a time when it was white, very strong, like sharp line subway tile with dark grout. That's gone, I think.
I myself, I can't stand grout.
No,
And my guy knows that he teases me because I'm like, I really want it to be butted up as close, and some
Yeah.
tiles are rectified, and we can do that, and others are
Yeah.
not, but.
I'm seeing the penny tiles.
Oh yeah, penny tiles. Yeah, penny tiles.
Yeah.
Those are big. And design tiles, like kind of fun floor designs.
Mhm.
We'll see those in a lot of laundry rooms. Tile like brick, that looks like brick flooring. I've seen a lot of lately. Herringbone.
Easy
Yeah.
letter.
Herringbone is coming back.
Get a little, in the middle, just do a little herringbone, like it's in the shower or in the middle of the bathroom.
How good is beige? Like, when you go into a builder grade home, it's
Mhm.
always beige.
Mhm.
Are you finding that people for, return on investments, the people who are redoing their bath and they're not going to put a lot in that secondary bathroom, are they still choosing things like that, or are you swaying them into being a little bit more trendy and poppy, or putting color in?
Half bath, I think, is always the one where they get crazy and put the, purple vanity or the
Wallpaper, yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing too. Wallpaper. Are you guys for or against wallpaper?
I'm a big fan of the right.
I like wallpaper too. It has like a lifespan. It's not gonna, in my experience, it's not gonna last forever. It can quickly date a house, but I
Mhm.
love it. I think it's fun and fresh.
I love it for decoration. I love it in small doses for resale, but it's
Secondary bath. It's
Yeah.
would be the right one.
Okay. And then what about what you're finding in closets? I know we just touched that a little bit, but closets, do they need to be, you said his and hers, but do they need to have closet systems now, or is it still okay just to have that wire and pole type deal? Are you finding that it's a turn off, or it's a deal breaker, anything of that nature?
It's
No,
a closet.
not as
They know
much.
they can put the nice system in. I mean, it's always a perk if it has a great system.
Yeah. Closet systems are big, and then I think part of storage, like for women, they want to hide and lock up their jewelry. And then for men, if there's a gun safe anywhere in the house, but
Right, of course.
even somewhere in the master, I think that's big.
Yeah,
For our area, that's a big deal.
yeah, it is.
So, and then lastly, and this is, I shouldn't say lastly, but what about the mechanics of the home? What is the most important things to invest in on mechanics? HVAC, what else?
Roof and HVAC,
Windows.
windows.
Big, yeah. A lot of iron, people are ripping out and they're putting in iron now, which is cool. They're gonna redo the windows. And well,
Yeah.
Mhm.
do something that you wanna do.
Yeah.
Mhm. And so is there anything that you guys, I want to go through? Jenny, what is your, in summary, what is your expert advice on buyers and sellers? Like right now, if they were going to join with you, what would you say to a buyer and what would you say to a seller for expectations and, you know,
I think
Best
right
tips.
now, like in this exact market we're in for a buyer, that there's this little opportunity. I think that our market will be great in the spring. I think it's going to be wonderful, but I think there's this hesitancy right now, sellers, where they're not quite sure what will happen. So if you want to make that lower offer, this is the time right now until spring starts early here. So like January 15th really starts our spring. February, March, April are super hot. So this is a little window where if you're looking, I think there's an opportunity to get a good deal and try and find something off market if you can. And then if you're like in a lower price point and the rates are scaring you a bit, you can always do a 2-1 buy down and ask the seller to pay for that.
what do you mean by 2-1 buy?
So they can talk to their lender and then they can get their rate back to the original rates before all these bumps for a year. So the seller, instead of taking like a $50,000 hit on the lower price house, can pay $10,000 and get the 2-1 buy down, which will give them a lower rate for the year ahead. So I think that helps in lower price points. Higher ones, people aren't as concerned. I think they're what we were saying earlier, looking at portfolios and things like that. So it's not as much that, it's more how much do I have to put into this house, cash out of pocket. once they're in. And
Will the
then-
interest rates keep going up or do you think they're gonna be steady for the next year? And I know it's hard for you guys to say, but I mean, you've been in it for quite a while. What is your opinion?
They're gonna get crazy. I think they will steadily rise and then maybe we get lucky and they fall when
Yeah.
it's the buying time and that helps spring become even better. But I don't really don't think on interest rate change.
I think they're gonna keep going up.
I think, yeah, I don't know that they're gonna go up significantly. Most of our lenders are expecting that they may stabilize or come down next year. So we'll see. I wish I had a crystal ball. I don't.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, of course, this is
um,
not anything, but
yeah.
Thing to remember with that we always say you're buying the house, right?
Yeah.
You're not buying the rate. You can
Right.
always adjust the rate. So don't not buy the house you want because of your rate.
Right.
I think, it sounds cheesy, but they say, marry the house and date the rate. Like,
that's good.
Yeah.
Erin, what do you have to say in closing for our sellers and our buyers? What is your best tip?
This market is still a mixed bag. So, there's not, just depending on the certain situation, there are certain projections. And so, yes, we are seeing more price decreases than we have in recent times, but we are still seeing multiple offers on certain properties. We're still seeing there be a competition. So don't go into it with any certain expectations of how it's going to go.
Thank you, Ms. Jaycie.
Yeah, I agree that it's a bit of a mixed bag going on, but there is opportunities for buyers right now that we have not seen in a long time. So the rates, while they have scared off some buyers, but like I personally would be looking to buy in this market because I think there's some opportunity and the competition's a little bit less as well because some of the buyers have exited the market. So I think it's a great opportunity for buyers. And I agree with Jenny. I think it picks up in the spring and that may not be the case. And rates still may be where they are now. So we just don't know. For sellers, I think you still are in a great market and you can still get more than historically than we've seen in a long time. So I still think it's a great time to sell your house as well. The truth really is, I always say there's really no
Perfect time.
well, there's really no bad real estate market. It's just where is the opportunity and make sure that you're aligned with somebody that can help you like take advantage of that particular market. You just have to see where the opportunity is,
That's very wise.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. Really quick, fixer uppers, is that a yes or a no for you when you know, your clients? Is that something that you like doing or you like selling or fixer uppers?
I do, yeah. It's been harder right now to find deals in the last 2 years, so investors have kind of been hanging tight on it. So I think now people are a little bit, I mean, there's a lot of emails coming out, with, like, can you help me buy? I'm looking at the 500, which you know, I have that right here. But,
Yeah.
you know, but it's the
Yeah.
first time in 2.5 years that we're seeing investor emails and communications come out. So I think that'll be a new market way to, I don't love them.
Erin?
I personally love fixer uppers,
Uh-huh.
but I always try to be very aware of my client and what their comfort level is and what makes them happy.
Right.
Because, you know, there are some houses I bring the buyer to and they love the price and they know that it's a good financial move, but they walk in and they are overwhelmed. So
Yes.
that is not the right
That's when
house
you
for
call me.
I know.
Yes.
Yes.
This is like I love fixer uppers. I bought a house that had 11 different patterns of 90s wallpaper in
Oh
it.
goodness.
And we have redone it top to bottom. And now I'm done. I'm like, I need a new house because I need another project. I love projects. And I like to guide clients on those projects, but I agree they need to know what they're getting into
You
because
need to
it's a
equate
lot.
for 20% more.
Yes.
If you're gonna spend 100,000, you're gonna spend 120.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
As long as
definitely.
people know that going
Yes.
into it, it can be awesome and
Mhm.
fun and yes, you're gonna, you know, drink a few more bottles of bourbon in that 6 months. but-
Mhm. Yeah, as long as they know what they're getting into. Otherwise, it could be a nightmare for
Yeah,
them and
definitely.
you. But yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate all your time, because I know you are very busy women. And I really appreciate your time and being here. So Jenny Doyle, you are with,
I'm with Atlanta Fine Homes Sotheby's and we're in the Milton area. There's a team of 7 of us and we work this North Fulton, Milton area. So,
Erin?
I'm Erin Waggener with Coldwell Banker. I've lived in Alpharetta for 20 years, so love it. Yep.
Thank you.
Jaycie Mirabella with Keller Williams and the Reid Casey team. And we work North Fulton, South Cherokee, and some of East Cobb and that area as well.
Thank you very much, ladies. Natalie, I will talk
Yes.
to you on the next thing. This was a very interesting 3 episodes, has it not been? I've learned a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I could talk about homes all day. So I've just loved getting to listen to what
I would keep
is
them here
like
all day if you
hottest
weren't-
right now.
Perfect. Thank you, Natalie. And we will talk to you soon and on the next one, okay?
Yes.
So good to see you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.